Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, home of the spicy double feature. I'm Carsen Green.
And I'm Annie Janes. This week's spicy dub is a Sean Baker spicy dub. We have watched Anora and Tangerine.
I'm excited to talk to you about this.
I'm excited to talk to you about this too, you are a huge Sean Baker fan and stan. Florida Project is one of your all-time favorite movies. No?
It is. Yeah, it's top 5 for sure.
Top 5. Wow. Okay, well, I'm so excited. Carson, what did you think of Anora?
Anora.
Oh, wait, I gotta do stats. Sorry.
Bro.
I'm too excited.
It's okay. I completely understand that. I also want to hear what I have to say about it.
I'm dying. I also can't wait to talk.
But before that, though, please hit us with some facts.
Anora came out November 8th, 2024. It was written and directed by Sean Baker. It's starring Mikey Madison and Mark Edelstein. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the description from IMDb. Let me read you half of it. Because the second half, I would deem is a spoiler.
Oh.
Anora, a young sex worker from Brooklyn, meets and impulsively marries the son of an oligarch. I'll stop there.
Okay.
We will be spoiling the movie, however. But what did you think, just broadly?
Let me just say this. I don't remember the last time I was in a movie theater and I laughed so hard that my stomach hurt. And I also dropped tear.
Whoa.
When's the last time?
You dropped tear?
Bro, yeah. That final scene was devastating to me.
Wow. Okay. And, of course, roaring laughter. For a movie to do both, that is significant.
It, almost never happens. I think that Sean Baker has such a unique way of telling the most soul-crushingly, devastatingly sad story with such levity and such humor and undertones of just this is what life looks like. This is what it means to be alive.
For sure.
It's just so unique. I can't think of another writer who handles such delicate sad shit.
Yeah.
In the same way.
He's done that with the movies we've seen by him. Florida Project, Tangerine, and Anora, for sure.
Yes. What did you think of the movie?
I really liked it. I agree. I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing. I didn't expect it to be funny. I didn't go into it thinking it would be, and I laughed my ass off for sure. All the humor really worked for me.
Yeah.
And I was really buckled in for the story. And this is by far my favorite Sean Baker film. Yeah. By far. I think this has the most plot he's ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the movie kind of has two halves to it, I loved both for what they were. And it takes unexpected turns. It takes big swings with the plot that make me wonder, well, where's this gonna go? What are they gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that feeling. I love feeling like I don't know where we're going in the movie.
Yeah.
It's shot beautifully.
Yes.
The performance is great.
Yes.
Never took me out of it. Sealed me in the world, if anything.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the ending, though, because I don't know. The ending didn't work for me.
Okay.
But I want to talk through it. Maybe I don't understand it.
Let's.
I will say, I think my biggest criticism is I don't know that I fully understand Anora.
Yeah.
Considering the movie is called Anora.
Okay.
And for most of the movie, that didn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end is when I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. Yeah, let's. So you're thinking about the final scene.
Let's just jump straight there, yeah. What had happened was Anora meets a Russian oligarch, and she works for him, and they get married, and then his parents find out, and they're like, we need to get that annulled. So they come to find him. There's more details within this that we'll get into, but I just want to understand the ending first. At the end, she gets severed from the situation. They annul the marriage. She's being dropped off by one of the goons, Igor, and he gives her the wedding ring that the family took away from her. He like nicked it off them. Then she climbs on top of him. They start having sex, but then he tries to kiss her. She starts crying. And then they embrace.
Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah. So I think the way that I read that was, okay, so he gives her the wedding ring. And I think
that's key.
I think immediately the way that she gives that performance, like her tone changes, just her body language changes. And I think she sees that as, oh, this man has just done me a favor. And so now I need to return the favor. And the way that she does that is by giving him her body. And then I think like him trying to kiss her was just too much. And, she had just had a extremely tumultuous 48 hours. And the way that I read it is it just became too much. And she broke down. She lost it.
Okay. That's kind of how I read it. Not exactly, but pretty much the same thing. Like, I think I was like, I mean, yeah, as far as having sex with him, like, that's what she knows. That's like her default.
Yeah. That's her job. She went to work.
Yeah. And she's like, we have sex now. Like, she can't help but think like that's what we do now. And then with Igor, I think when he tried to kiss her, I don't know. I think there was like a tenderness in him, and he, like, after having to be a goon and like apprehend her earlier for the rest of the movie, he's trying to prove to her that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I think he proved it to her at the end by trying to kiss her, and then when she like freaks out, he's just like immediately stops.
Uh-huh.
And I also thought maybe that's part of why she was crying too, like, oh, this, because she's being respected in the moment almost. Like, she had this whole shitty event with this kid who never respected her.
Yeah.
And now this Gopnik comes in, as they keep referring to him as, and does.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I understood the same thing you understood, but it didn't work for me.
Okay.
But this is the part that made you cry, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cried with Anora. Yeah. And then, like, the closing scene, this is like, this whole event is like a single shot. And this whole scene, and then we get credits rolling, and then it's still the sound of like the windshield wipers. It worked for me. It was emotional. It was tender, as you say. I was with Anora on this journey. Like, she was having an emotional time. She thought of Vanya as maybe a meal ticket, maybe a way out of this life of sex work. And then, maybe at the end, she also had some sort of realization as she's having sex with this guy, like, oh, this is still my life. I'm still gonna gonna have to do sex work now.
I wish we could have been more in her head for all of those thoughts and feelings. I do wish I could have known more what was going on inside, because that all resonates with me, but I just didn't necessarily see it all the time.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, you said she thinks of Vanya as his meal ticket. I was curious, do you think she ever was in love with him?
No, they knew each other for 2 weeks.
Even in like a young love sort of way, do you think there was ever even affection, if not love, for him? Or do you think she was always motivated by the moolah? and the freedom and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, I think that. But I don't think it was malicious though. I think she probably had like this fairy tale idea of like, okay, we're married, now we're gonna fall in love. We're gonna be together forever. I think she had, some sort of fairy tale ideal about it, but no, what's to love? This guy's he's a fucking insane person. But he gave her a promise of a different life.
Yeah. I asked because the whole time I'm like, she's not into him. Like, no, she's doing this for the money. And then maybe when he proposed to her, I thought maybe there's like a softening of her to him. Like, she's, like you said, like, oh, we get married and maybe now we'll fall in love. Mm-hmm. So when shit hit the fan, I was surprised by how, like, determined she was to maintain the relationship. Because, like, if shit hit the fan that wide, I just expected her character to just be like, I'm out of this.
There was 2 moments in particular where she like could have left. Like, yes. I'm thinking whenever they go back to the car on the pier and the car's like on a tow truck, I would have taken off. I would have said, all right, later, alligators. Serve me with some papers, bitch. Like, I'm going. Agreed. And then similarly, when they're leaving the courthouse and they're like going to the airport, I would have left. Like, okay, you guys tried to figure this out. You fucked it up. I'm leaving.
Right. So this is another instance for me where I wish I was in her head, and I wish she was like, I have to see this through because I need this money so bad, or whatever the reason is. I didn't feel like I was with her. Yeah,
I think that's that. And then too, like she says, whenever they're still at the house, before I decide to do anything, I want to talk to Vanya, and she doesn't have that opportunity.
I know. But it seemed like she did think that he was going to stand up for her and they were going to still be together. Because her agreeing to the $10,000, I was like, we've already had the talk of money. Like, that's low. Yeah. So her agreeing to that, to me, didn't feel like her agreeing to it. It just felt like, whatever, when Vanya's here, he will make this right. And that's the furthest thing from his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I mentioned that this movie feels like two movies almost. Like, the first half is them falling in love, and then the second half is like all of that falling apart. When Vanya's family finds out that he's married to an escort, they're like, we have to get this annulled. And they show up to do that. Yeah. And Vanya fucking runs away. Yeah. And I love that. I love when that happened, I was like, holy shit, what? Where is this going? And then from there, the goons are like, we just have to go find him. And they have no leads. They're just driving around. I thought that was hilarious. Like, there's an impossible task ahead of them, and they're just going to try to do it because that's how serious it is. Yes. I thought that was very great and hilarious.
There's 3 extremely distinct acts, and I love how, like, the scenes that delineate the acts. I love how they kind of unravel. Like, Act 2, we get Toros in the church at the baptism. Like, how different is that from these sexcapades that they were doing in Vegas, and like all the drug fueled parties, and just like all of the loud music. And then we get Toros in a church wearing like these traditional like religious robes.
I love Toros, by the way.
Toros is fucking hilarious. Okay, so Toros, I don't know the name of the actor, but let's just call him Toros. Toros and Sean Baker are friends. They go way back, and they wanted to write a movie together about the Russian immigrants who live on Coney Island. They wrote this movie because they wanted to show this experience.
I mean, it did feel like a whole world. Like, they kept going to places and speaking Russian automatically. And I'm like, what is the Russian community like?
Vast.
It is extremely vast. I wanted to shout out one of the funniest moments to me was when Toros is at the baptism and he like pulls up his robe to check his phone and he looks at it for like 1 second and then he goes, "No," like out loud.
Oh my God, just everything. Like the whole, and then the scene of like Iger holding Anora down, and then Toros gets there. He's like, "Why are you holding her? Why is she on your lap? What's going on?" Like, oh, the scene or the line where Toros says, "She's a little girl. Why are you holding, like, what's going on?" And the other guy goes, "She's not acting like it." And he's holding a bag of ice on his nose, or she fucking fucked him up.
A detail that's never really addressed, or like never really brought attention to, is the bitch in the club, the enemy girl in the club who's just constantly drinking Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
That was really funny that she just always had a Yoo-hoo can in her.
Yeah.
Or Yoo-hoo bottle in her hand. The guy, the old man that owns the candy shop, he cracked me up.
Yes.
And then Vanya, the way they show that he is a child, like sliding around on his socks around the house.
Yeah.
And then when they're going to have sex in the house for the first time, he like gets nude and he gets on the bed and then he backflips.
He does a
like,
somersault.
The head of the bed.
He improv'd both of those things, by the way.
Oh my God. That was so good.
Yeah.
It was like perfect to show like his level of maturity.
And him playing the video games and just like smoking weed out of a bong immediately after they have sex. Just like it's all. I think that the characters are really well developed in that way. Like it's like almost voyeuristic the way that the character development happens. We're just like watching them become themselves.
For sure. On the note of the video games, Hollywood, Sean Baker, everyone, I am just a phone call away. If you have an actor that is playing video games with a controller, just give me a call so I can tell you how it's done.
Yeah.
Because the way Vanya was doing it was so wrong. Did you notice?
No.
He was going like this, like he's playing the piano.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just a phone call away. If you need a little consultant as to how the buttons are pressed on a controller in your scene, just give me a ring and I will be happy to help.
You know, Quentin Tarantino does listen to this podcast. He is a fan, and I know that him and Sean Baker are actually close friends.
I think they were getting lunch tomorrow, so Quentin should pass this along. But really just to anyone making a movie, just hit me up. I will help.
Yes. Annie for hire.
Yes, thank you.
I have another couple of fun facts about this movie. Iger, our Gopnik.
I thought his name was Igor.
I mean, it reads Igor, but they called him Iger.
I see.
He learned English for this role. He is a Russian actor. He had never spoken English before. He didn't know English. He learned English for this role.
He did amazing, and he was a magnet on screen. Anytime he was on screen, my eyes were drawn to him, and that's not just him, because the way that Sean Baker shot Igor was genius, because he would put him in the frame in hilarious ways. He would put Igor like in between Anora and like another character. Like he was always there. Yeah. And to me that made the two of them getting together at the end work at all, because as soon as we started seeing Igor in that way and he started being shot like that, I was like, okay, I think I see where this is going. It was genius.
And you know, I think like the story development of just the way that played out, I don't think it would have worked for me in any other scenario. Like, I think, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's like the way that Sean Baker shot him, the way that he was like, he was like so apologetic in like a very sincere way, but he wasn't like falling over himself. He was like obviously like strong, just like obviously a sincere person. He's just being put in this situation, much like Anora. She, is obviously just like out here hustling. She's just doing what she knows how to do. And in the same way, he is a body for hire.
I think that's why, that was like a part of their bond too, for sure. Which I really loved and appreciated. And when, like he stands up, he's like, I didn't assault you.
Yeah.
And we're so like, we're in movies, we're so used to things like getting violent quicker. But there wasn't a gun. Like the danger, they wanted to tie her up, but they also didn't want to tie her up. It felt very real life.
Yeah.
And in a way that, I don't know, that movies don't tend to feel by any means.
Yeah. There is another, I just want to shout out this other little fun little nugget. Quickly. So the brother, Toros's brother, is an Armenian comedian, which is why he's just
so funny.
Fucking hilarious, dude. Everything that he says is gold. I love all of the shots of them just driving around and him just being completely out of it. But whenever we very first see them, it's kind of like just a quick shot of them at the New Year's Eve party, just kind of keeping a watchful eye on the party itself. And we see the brother drinking water. He's holding a water bottle. And Toros goes to kind of give him a cheers, and he holds up his water bottle like, I'm drinking water, indicating to me that he is not drinking, that perhaps he is sober. Which makes when obviously like Anora breaks his nose, she kicks him in the face, breaks his nose. Fucking hilarious. Perfect, ingenious choreography, by the way. And then Gopnik gives him, I don't know, perks, oxycodone, something.
Yeah, something.
And that to me is like him falling off the wagon. And then the scene on the plane when he's holding a whiskey and he gets fucked up. There's just like all of these little nuggets of human in the whole story, in everyone. And then like the detail of Gopnik, of Igor living with his grandma and driving his grandma's car and giving him his grandma's drugs, and like him wearing sweatpants, for crying out loud. Like there's
that's because he's a Gopnik.
Yeah, but there's just like Sean Baker just has a very unique way of telling these very, very human stories and giving everyone very, very human characteristics that you don't always see. He has a very close attention to detail, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does next. I hope he continues to try to like put more plot in his movies in a way that's fun.
Yeah.
It felt kind of Safdie Bros, of course, to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing.
Yes.
My favorite scene of the entire movie, my favorite shot of the entire movie is them in the strip club when they're leaving. And it cuts to Toros holding Vanya by the neck, by the hood of his jacket. And they turn a corner and then just immediately, where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at, like DMX blasting. And we get a one shot of like all of them yelling at Vanya, and then like everybody in the strip club turning and just like DMX is blasting. Yes. I was laughing, bro. I was cracking up. They're hilarious. So it's antics, dude.
The antics were there. Also, the throwing up in the car scene. That was really funny, and there's a similar scene in Tangerine.
There is. I know. I noticed that too. Well, I'm ready if you are.
I am gonna give it a 7.
A 7. Yeah, that makes sense. This is my favorite movie of the year. It's literally not even close. It is not even close, bro. It's a 10. It's like,
Wow.
it's a home run.
I am bummed. Like, I wish it worked that well for me, but something about it. 8.5 out of 10 score. I kind of want to watch it again now, knowing what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I recommend. I watched it twice. I'm going to watch it a third time.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about Tangerine. Sean Baker's very first.
Well, I found out that he did have a movie before this.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but even more indie. But now we should seek that out. I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. Will you hit me with some facts about Tangerine?
All right. This is written and directed by written by Sean Baker and Chris Burgock, directed by Sean Baker, starring Maya Taylor and Kitana Kiki Rodriguez. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the description from IMDb. A hooker tears through Tinseltown on Christmas Eve searching for the pimp who broke her heart. And I didn't say when this came out. I think it's 2015. Okay.
A very important note that we should mention straight off the top. This was shot entirely on iPhone 4.
Yeah. 5, I thought.
iPhone 5.
iPhone 5. Yeah. And it's a low budget indie film shot on iPhone, probably because they wanted all of those locations, because there were many, and that is so difficult. And you really feel it. You are all over LA. Talk about an LA movie.
This is an LA movie. It's a Christmas movie. I also want to mention that our two main characters, Cindy and Alexandria, were not actors. Sean Baker met them at like an LGBTQ center in LA and was like, "Do you want to be in my movie?" And they were like, "Okay, sure." Neither one of them have done a project since then. This was a collaborative experience, I think.
I do love that he uses a lot of non-actors because it makes everything feel more real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this was my first time watching this.
Okay. What did you think?
And I thought that, I don't know, I had fun with it. I love that Sean Baker makes these naturalistic scenes that feel real, feels like real people, also funny. And even though this film, I don't know, the stakes were small, it's a low budget, everything had a lot of energy to it.
Yeah.
And the energy was extremely entertaining.
This movie goes. There's no like lulls in this movie. We'd never slow down.
Exactly. And I love that energy is so hard, I think, to capture and to maintain. And I adore it. It's necessary. I love it. I love the energy. I also was surprised that I kind of felt that Cindy was not the main character. If anything, I kind of felt like it was like both her and Alexandra were kind of main characters, kind of Vignetti. Toros, I don't know his name in this, but I'm going to keep calling him Toros, who's also in this. He was like the C plot. But I kind of felt like Cindy and Alexandra shared the spotlight personally because, one, Cindy was almost too irredeemable of a person for me to watch. I'm thinking back to Florida Project, where I'm like so frustrated watching this character who is doing too many bad things.
Yeah.
All for a fucking white guy named Chester. Are you
goodbye?
Shit. Are you kidding me? And when we finally see him, I'm like, him? Are you joking? Like, it's too frustrating. She's making way too many poor choices. She's being a horrible friend. She's just being really shitty. And that was hard to watch. Alexandra, she has she has a show coming up. She has like a goal we're going after. She's also trying to maintain the peace constantly. And I don't know, I felt like I cared about them equally.
Me too, for sure.
And Cindy being irredeemable, however, I thought played great into the big twist at the end of Alexandra sleeping with Chester.
Yeah.
That worked so well for me. What a great, like, this movie was small, but I felt like that was huge. And I thought it was like the perfect way for the movie to, a perfect place in the story for the movie to go. I had no idea where it was going to go, and I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, the whole time we're kind of focused on this one betrayal, and that's, like, kind of superfluous, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It's a pimp fucking his girl. And
she's dragging a woman across the streets. I'm like, I don't know that this is even the right woman. There's probably 5 more. What are we doing here? This guy fucking sucks. Why are you taking out on her and not him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think it was leading up to a deeper betrayal of like, look at what Cindy will do about like this woman that really doesn't matter, that no one really cares about, that is just not real. I think she just like was hurt in the moment and wanted to have a fight. She just got out of jail. She's doing meth. Like,
yeah, that was really hard to watch also. As someone that knows substance users, and like the way they're talking was like, it was almost too much for me, because I was like, oh my God. And her just being shitty during her friend's performance, it was almost too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But building up to the bigger betrayal, that was genius.
Yeah, it really was, dude. And, I do just have to mention Toros's plot line.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I think, like, obviously, Cindy and Alexandria were incredibly entertaining, and I loved their story. But I also really, really, really liked Toros's story. I think it was, like, just really interesting watching family dynamics, the way that it was portrayed. Watching him in his cab, watching him interact with his wife and his mother-in-law, and then also just know that he was out cruising for sex workers and was actively buying sex workers on Christmas Eve. I think it just like is very telling, and the relationship that he had with Alexandria and how tender he was with her, it was all just like, dude, I don't know. Like, how does Sean Baker make these characters? Like, how does he write these characters to have so many different facets?
It was also funny, I thought.
It was hilarious. Oh my God. Like, all of the little vignettes of the people in the cab.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
like,
good.
Like the guy, Mia, who's like very obviously drunk, and Toros goes, I'm going to take the 101. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're the driver. And like, did he write that, or was that guy like, it almost feels like he just had 10 people get into a cab and just say whatever the fuck they wanted. That's how real it feels at times.
Yeah.
When Toros scoops up a sex worker who is
a real fish.
AFAB. A real fish, AFAB. And that was hilarious too, when like they were finally going to do something and he's like, what the fuck is that? She's like, what do you mean? That's a pussy. And he's like, you need to knock. He's like, get off that block. I thought that was really funny. He was like, you are on the wrong street, my friend.
His face. He was bewildered, dude.
Yeah. And all of the drama with the mother-in-law for the wife to show up and be like, hey, I just got to turn a blind eye. Like, it was all very funny.
Yeah.
The Donut Time owner kind of being in on the business as well is funny. Yeah.
Let me tell you something specifically about Donut Time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, at this intersection, this is actually a crazy LA fun fact. At this intersection, across the street, catty corner, there's this giant building that doesn't have any windows. It's huge. It's very tall. It's like, I'm going to say like 6 or 7 stories tall, but no windows.
Weird.
Behind the walls, Annie, this is in the middle of the city, by the way. This is in the middle of Hollywood.
Okay.
Behind these walls is a massive oil rig. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Just pumping oil.
Yep.
They struck oil in Hollywood. What the fuck?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Whenever I learned that, I was like, wow. Tinseltown, baby.
It's just like fake walls also. There's probably not floors. It's just like a movie set walls built around. Holy shit.
I doubt it has a ceiling, too.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh my God. I love a fun fact like that. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, yeah, I felt like this captured LA well, but how do you feel about that as someone that actually lives there?
Yeah, this particular part of LA, yes, I think it did. Okay. Being on the bus, which by the way, he didn't have any permits for those bus scenes. So they were literally just on the bus with the iPhone.
That was the vibe I got. I love that. Yep. And then outside the bus too, a lot of the outside shots, I could tell, I'm like, this feels so guerrilla. Yes. Yeah. I mean, no, like I'm pretty sure. No, I mean, I bet to like put it out to distribute it, you have to have some sort of proof of permits, but I don't know. I'm gonna venture to guess there wasn't many permits going on. Yeah, it was like there's some permits and some not permits, and then who dare come after them to figure out which ones
exactly.
Were which. Yeah, for the sake of art.
Yeah, I will say I do just want to mention that earlier this year, maybe over the summer, I watched this as a double feature with the Florida Project, both on 35, and I watched it at Quentin Tarantino's movie theater.
That's when he started listening to the podcast, I think. Around then, because he put that in his theater, yeah. Yeah. This movie, I think, is aging really well. I think it's just a vignette, just a snapshot of a different life, dude. A different life that's rarely represented on film in a way that is realistic. Authentic. And I know that Sean Baker has been, I think, accused or whatever of like poverty porn. But I don't get that vibe, because I think he is really trying to portray these people in the realist sense versus like trying to use their circumstances for the sake of altering our emotions. I do not get emotional manipulation from his films at all. They feel more so just like he's just trying to hold like a lens to a certain group of people. And I think one of the ways that he achieves that, yes, I agree. I think one of the ways that he achieves that is through humor and through the levity of it all. The levity. Yeah. We're not watching these stories to feel bad for these people. Right. We're watching these stories just to bear witness to their lives. Exactly. I feel the same way. Okay. Are you ready to score? Yes. Tangerine. I love it. It's a 7. I'm giving it a 6. Yeah. All right. 6.5 out of 10. Tangerine on Netflix. Yeah. Oh, that's right. All right. Well, if you have a recommendation for our next double feature, hit us up on Instagram at Movie Mavens, or send us an email, moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. That's it, folks. Movie Mavens all the way out.